Ray's Reviews, welcome back. You know what? On this channel, one of my favorite things to review is camera gear. That's probably kind of what I'm known for. But like a lot of us, there's a lot of things we're interested in. Another thing I like to do is skate. Purpose of this video is I bought my daughter a nickel board. Every time I saw them, I didn't take them serious. They look like toys, almost like a joke. But on buying it and riding it, I was pleasantly surprised. I normally ride longboards, and that's what I'm into, but I realize how much fun these things are, how much more maneuverable they are, and how serious they are. So that's the purpose of this video. There's a few things about the nickel board I don't like. The way the plastic of it flexes, the way it doesn't have grip, proper grip, and a few other things. So in this video, I'm on a search for an alternate, more serious replacement or alternative for the nickel board. I want to show you what I found. And maybe there's a lot of people out there that was in the same search as I was. So we're going to be checking out on this episode the Landyachtz Dinghy and how it compares to the nickel board. If you're curious, stick around. I'm going to show you everything there is to know about it. Looking at these two boards separately, they seem very different, but when you put them side by side, you realize the dimensions are very similar. Measured from the center of both wheels, the dinghy is about 18 inches long, while the penny is only a few centimeters shorter. The penny's deck is 27 inches long, while the dinghy's is 28.5, but much of that difference is because the dinghy has a larger tail. The biggest difference is the width of the trucks, including the wheels. The dinghy's truck width is wider than the nickel for a couple of reasons. The Polar Bear trucks are about 4 millimeters wider, but most of that difference comes from the Fat Hog wheels being wider and offset. That's pretty much where the similarities end, because riding these two boards gives a different experience. I expected the penny to be hard to control, but I was wrong. It actually feels more locked in than the dinghy, and it doesn't turn unless you tell it to. When it does turn, it feels like it's on a rail, so surprisingly, it feels good going fast because I can concentrate on where I'm going instead of what the board's doing. The flip side to that is it doesn't turn as sharp and it's not as maneuverable as the dinghy. And that's the main difference between these two boards. The dinghy feels like a go-kart. Before you think about it, you already made that 90-degree turn. Keep in mind though, the behavior of a skateboard depends on how you tune it. You can easily loosen up the trucks on the penny to make it turn sharper, or tighten the trucks on the dinghy to make it more stable. Even then though, they still won't be the same. Another big difference with these boards is the grip design. The dinghy's deck not only has proper grip tape, but it also has a thin layer of cushioning foam underneath. It feels good under your feet and makes me wonder why more skateboard companies don't use this. Because the nickel is all plastic though, it has a waffle grip pattern. Problem with that is it doesn't have as much grip, especially in extreme circumstances. And if you ride the board through a puddle, the deck will have even less grip. The positive side though of that plastic board is you can actually ride it barefoot, if that's your thing, without sanding down your footprints. One thing to keep in mind is you can adjust all the screws and bolts on the penny with just about any wrench. But on the dinghy, the hog wheels are so deeply inset that a regular wrench won't fit in there. You definitely need a skate key, so if you don't have one when you're buying this board, make sure you get one at the same time. Another thing that makes these boards higher quality is they have serviceable bearings. You can take them completely apart, clean them, and put them back together, which is going to make them last a lot longer. The Landyachtz bearings actually have spacers built in, so you should be able to tighten them down fully. The tolerances must have been off on a few of my Landyachtz bearings because I had to back the nut off a little in order for the wheel to turn freely without binding. If you're into longboarding, I definitely suggest checking out one of these smaller boards. They're surprisingly fun and you're going to get a lot of laughs using them. If I had to choose one of these two boards though, I would choose the dinghy because of its stiffer, stronger deck, the grip tape, and its sharper turning ability. It just suits my style of riding more. All right, so that's the lowdown on the penny nickel board compared to the Landyachtz Dinghy. As you can see, they're both capable, and as similar as they look, they are quite different, and there is no clear-cut winner as far as I can tell. So if you're on the fence about either one, just do like I did and get both of them, because to be honest, I ride both of them back to back, sometime in the same session, depending on what mood I'm in. So hope you enjoyed this video. I know there's a lot of skaters out there. If you have any comments, be nice, because I know sometimes you guys can be flip lip, but if you have any comments, leave them below, and I'll let you know whatever I know that can help you. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Ray's Real Reviews, and until next time, as always, keep it real.